We all know by now that United have a keen interest in acquiring Fiorentina's Sofyan Amrabat or another defensive midfielder during this transfer window. And for those of you that saw United's midfield get run past multiple times against Wolves, you might be thinking the same. While United have already bolstered their midfield by bringing in Mason Mount, they remain hungry to add further additions. Thus, the question arises, what is driving United's desire for Amrabat in particular? And what qualities could he potentially bring to the team? An old photograph from Amrabat's childhood in the Netherlands started circulating on social media when he suddenly rose to the ranks of football's elite. The picture captures him at the age of 11, with his brother Norden introducing him on Dutch television. Norden, now with AEK Athens, was then embarking on a wandering career that spanned 6 different countries and included 64 appearances for Morocco's national team. Meanwhile, Sofyan, who is 9 years younger, donned a Real Madrid jersey, displaying his unwavering determination to succeed in the world of football. Football meant everything to the Amrabat brothers, particularly in the form of street games. Sofyan recalls the challenges of facing older, bigger boys in these informal matches, where referees and rules were absent. Yet these experiences toughened him, contributing to his resilience. Perhaps they also shaped the competitive instincts that set him apart, as evidenced by his ability to physically challenge players like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and even bring him down to the ground, a rarity in Serie A. The FC Utrecht Academy provided his initial breakthrough. Amrabat initially represented the Dutch under-15 team, but he switched allegiance to Morocco for the Under-17 World Cup and remained committed to this decision despite last-minute efforts from prominent figures in Dutch football like Dick Advocaat and Ruud Gullit. Then, a pivotal juncture arose in Amrabat's life when Erik ten Hag assumed the managerial reins at Utrecht when he was 18 years old. Reflecting on that time, Amrabat underlined its significance. It was a crucial point for me. It marked my second year on the senior team. He made a plan for me. He asked me about my strong points and what I wanted to improve. From day one, he invested his efforts in my progress, not just mine, but for all the players. Amrabat's notable performances earned him a transfer to Feyenoord, and at the age of 21, he earned a spot in Morocco's squad for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. However, this experience differed from what transpired in Qatar. In Morocco's opening match against Iran, Amrabat was a substitute and only played for 14 minutes in a 1-0 loss. He remained on the bench for the subsequent game, another 1-0 defeat, this time to Portugal, leading to Morocco's elimination from the tournament. Following this, he moved to Club Brugge that summer, with a subsequent loan spell at Verona. By January 2020, Hellas Verona exercised their option to permanently acquire Amrabat from Club Brugge for 3.5 million euros, subsequently selling him to Fiorentina for 20 million euros. Over the past few years, he has emerged as a pivotal player for both Fiorentina and the Moroccan national team. Fast forward to 2022, when Amrabat was garnering considerable praise on the field as his Moroccan team progressed to the World Cup semi-finals. For the record, Amrabat covered an impressive 81.4 kilometers during the World Cup, more distance than any other player, despite requiring pain-relieving injections for 4 out of Morocco's 7 matches. However, this recurring theme has been characteristic of his entire career. Little wonder that in January, Barcelona's interest in signing him and Chelsea's aspirations to do the same were hardly surprising. But what defines his style of play? Sofyan Amrabat perfectly embodies the characteristics of a dynamic and organized defensive midfielder. His standout qualities notably include his athleticism, precision in passing, and adeptness in tackling. His capacity to disrupt opponents' progress make him a formidable obstacle, and this prowess shone particularly brightly on the grand stage of the World Cup. Should Manchester United opt to secure his services, it would not primarily be to bolster their offensive lineup. This is evident from his modest tally of 2 goals and 3 assists in 117 Serie A appearances. The primary rationale behind signing Amrabat would revolve around having a top-tier defensive midfielder capable of standing in for Casemiro when unavailable, or partnering with him in matches where Erik ten Hag anticipates defensive pressure. Amrabat's defensive prowess came to the fore during the World Cup matches. notably exemplified by his remarkable pursuit and sliding challenge on France's Kylian Mbappe in the semi-finals. A standout performer in terms of recoveries, he demonstrated his skill as a capable sweeper. On the domestic front, Amrabat didn't stand out as a relentless ball winner for Fiorentina, as evidenced by his average of 2.7 tackles and interceptions per 90 minutes. Blessed with both strength and speed, Amrabat exhibits qualities that would prevent him from being overshadowed in the midfield of a Premier League team. When in control of the ball, Amrabat exhibits adeptness as a long-range passer, skillfully orchestrating play distribution. Among Serie A midfielders in the previous season, he stood out by completing the highest number of long passes per game, totaling 9.7, all while maintaining an impressive long pass accuracy of 84.1%. His proficiency lies in being a prolific passer who not only connects plays but also propels his team forward. His passes directed into the final third, progressive passes, and the distance he covers with these progressive passes all rank within the upper echelons, placing him among the top 5% of midfielders in the league. Analyzing his World Cup passing pattern reveals a tendency to frequently distribute the ball forward and sideways when in possession. His ability to accurately execute long passes out wide is evident from the nearly complete bars extending in those directions. In the showdown against the Hammers during the Europe Conference League final, the 26-year-old once again showcased his prowess. He emerged victorious in the midfield clash against Declan Rice, impressively completing 69 out of 76 passes, including 7 well-executed long balls. One of his lengthy passes even played a role in Fiorentina's equalizing goal. Furthermore, Amrabat triumphed in 9 duels and secured 4 tackles, underscoring his defensive contributions. Despite his standout performance, he unfortunately found himself on the losing side by the end of the match. So the question is, why is United signing him? And what could he contribute to the team? One of Manchester United's key areas for improvement is their ability to manage the game's tempo. Amrabat's style of play harmonizes seamlessly with Erik ten Hag's tactical approach, affording United the capability to dictate the flow of matches. His composed demeanor when in possession, coupled with his shrewd decision-making, allows him to control the pace of the game, facilitating seamless transitions between defensive and offensive phases. Mastering this ability to govern the tempo could grant United a competitive edge over their opponents. In the contemporary football landscape, a midfielder's aptitude to resist pressing is of paramount importance, and Amrabat excels in this facet. His remarkable skill to elude pressure and retain possession amidst relentless challenges from rival players positions him as a formidable presence in the heart of the field. With his exceptional technical prowess and keen spatial awareness, Amrabat could furnish United with amplified command over proceedings, particularly when confronting high-pressing adversaries. His inclusion could alleviate the team's burden under pressure and establish a foundation for generating potent attacking opportunities. A significant advantage of enlisting Sofyan Amrabat stems from his prior experience under Erik ten Hag's tutelage. Given his history of playing under the Dutch coach, their pre-existing rapport could considerably expedite Amrabat's assimilation into the squad. His familiarity with ten Hag's tactical intricacies and team dynamics might facilitate a swift acclimatization, enabling him to swiftly influence the team's performance. This seamless integration holds the potential to hasten the incorporation of his playing style within the squad and effectively fortify the midfield contingent. Ten Hag likely envisions a rotation strategy involving both Casemiro and Amrabat, offering the flexibility to introduce Amrabat when games seem to be tilting unfavorably for United. Or he may use both in matches against top teams like City and Liverpool. It's worth noting, however, that valid concerns exist about Amrabat's potential move being solely attributed to his World Cup performance. In truth, he didn't carry the same level of form into Fiorentina's second half of the season. Will he consistently replicate his dynamic World Cup defensive contributions week after week? That's the question to answer. Moreover, one of the standout advantages in Amrabat's favor is his attainable price tag, hovering slightly above £25 million. At nearly 27 years old, Amrabat is poised to enter the prime phase of his footballing career, rendering him a compelling prospect for Manchester United. This age bracket offers a blend of experience and potential, having already demonstrated his capabilities on the grand stage of football. His contract with Fiorentina is set to expire in a year, albeit with an option for an additional season, indicating that securing a fee for Amrabat is not as straightforward as now or never for Le Voilà. Man United would do well to act first if they intend to secure Sofyan's services, as various other teams are also expressing interest. Notably, recent reports indicate that Juventus is making a late entry in the race for the Fiorentina midfielder. Having tackled their major squad issues during the summer, this potential acquisition for United could be the final piece of the puzzle that brings stability to midfield. Ultimately, it has the potential to catapult Manchester United back to the pinnacle of both English and European football, rekindling the glory days of this iconic club. Do you agree with our analysis? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. The 3-1-6 formation might need Amrabat to maintain balance. Early indications suggest that, given that United got run over by Wolves. If you wonder how Amrabat will be used in Ten Hag's system, be sure to check out this video next.